Greetings, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you might be. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 11 of Feel Good Songs for Spring. 30 days of April, 30 of our favorite songs that make us feel good with the coming of spring, out of winter, into spring, warmer weather, greener grass, or green grass in general, green grass and high tides and all that good thing, buds on the trees, flowers coming up, all that stuff. The birds are coming out of the ground, the robins are feasting, all of that sort of stuff that happens when the weather gets warmer as we leave winter behind for a bunch of months and move into the warmer months. So that's what we're kind of doing. Those songs that either maybe lyrically have something to do with spring, or maybe we like to listen to them this time of year. It makes us feel good inside. So today's pick from 1972, for those of you who have been watching me on the show for a while, you probably knew this song was coming eventually. From their self-titled debut album, the band called Looking Glass, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. There's a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. That's right, and there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. Sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be, such a fine girl. Yeah, your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. Even as I'm working my way out of COVID, I can still hum a little tune, just a little bit. A couple days ago, I couldn't have done that. Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain, a locket that bears the name of the man that Brandy loved. He came on a summer's day bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear that he couldn't stay. No harbor was his home. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl, what a good wife you could be, such a fine girl. But my love, my lover, my lady is the sea. Yeah, Brandy used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor stories. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. She saw its rage and glory. But he had always told the truth. Lord, he was a honest man, and Brandy does her best to understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brandy walks through a silent town and loves a man who's not around. She can still hear him say. She hears him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. You're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Such a fine girl. But my life, my lover, my lady is the sea. It is. Yes, it is. He said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. You're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. You're such a fine girl. But my life, my lover, my lady is the sea. You've all heard, for those of you who haven't heard, I'd be amazed if you haven't by this time. This has always been one of my favorite pop songs of all time, and it goes way back to 1972 when it was all over the radio. And my brother and I, as little guys, right, in 1972, I was 6 years old, we used to ride in the back of Dad's car on the weekends, going into town, right, to get the newspapers. My brother and I to spend our measly 25-50 cents allowance to buy some comic books, right? And Dad always had the AM radio blasted in the car. And I remember that summer, man, Brandy was playing all the time. We heard it every time we went, Saturday and Sunday into town. And I just fell in love with the song back then. I still love it to this day. It always brings back great memories of me and my brother and my dad spending those, few minutes together on the 5-minute ride into town to go buy newspapers and comic books at the stationery store, right? Remember the stationery stores? Fond memories, man. Fond memories. Marker's stationery store. I remember it well. You walk in, it always smelled like a mix of candy and newspapers and magazines and tobacco, because they sold cigars and all that kind of stuff. And I remember just leafing through they used to have all the new comic books, all the magazines and stuff, newspapers everywhere, all sorts of strange stuff, cards and weird little trinkets and gifts and all the tobacco products and all this stuff, and it was such a special time for me, and Brandy was the soundtrack to that. So so Looking Glass, the Brandy You're a Fine Girl is my pick for today. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, pop song of all time. So let us know what you think of Brandy You're a Fine Girl in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, day 11, as we go through the month of April, talking about feel-good songs for spring. Stay tuned tomorrow for another one on day 12. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned. Coming up, we've got the Hudson Valley Squares happening tonight, first time in 2 weeks. We will be doing our final 1992 album battle tonight. Before we move off into other things, we've got Dirt by Alice in Chains going head-to-head with Danzig 3. That is happening tonight on the Hudson Valley Square, so don't miss it. And what else? Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We also have the links below to our merch page. A lot of cool new Sea of Tranquility stuff. Speaking of the spring and the nice weather, if you're ready to start wearing some t-shirts and get ready for the warmer months, we've hop on over to our merch page. The link is below. We've got lots of great Sea of Tranquility shirts from all the different shows we have on the channel, all different designs and logos and things like that. And also have the link to our Ko-Fi page below and seatranquility.org, our webzine that's closing in on 24,000 album reviews and things. So thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you tomorrow morning and tonight here on the channel. Take care. Bye-bye.